Hey guys, welcome back. You remember this Yard Machines mower. It's the one that didn't have the air filter and is full of rust and crap down in the carburetor and intake. We never got it fully running. It would kind of chug over a little bit, but then never take off. So I figure the neighbor who had me work on it, I told him it was not worth fixing because we're going to have to go into the engine to see what's wrong with it. So he let me have it. And I say, now that it's ours, we dig into it and see what exactly happened to it and maybe see if we can get it running again. I have the mower up on a jack stand. The lighting, the natural sunlight is good. It's shining right on it and the camera angle is good. So I say, let's start by removing the valve cover, see what's in there. I'll fish those out later. Let's crack this loose. Yeah, it's not coming. Oh, we have a couple options, a couple different hammers. Let me try this dead blow first. It's really on there. It doesn't want to come off. Is there anything else holding it? Let me get right where I need to be. Nope, I don't think there's anything else holding it. I want to break it. What if we remove the shroud and tap it from the inside? That's better. I'm gonna get the spark plug out of here. I don't need much bigger one. I'm gonna get the spark plug out of here. Spin the engine around and make sure that the valves are doing what they're supposed to and that there's enough play in them. Pretty flooded. A lot of gas on there. All right, let's spin this over. There's some play in that one. This one is very tight. I don't think I could even get a feeler gauge in there. I'm wondering if that valve is not closing all the way. Yeah, that's pretty tight. Let's try and find top dead center. This top dead center we want just past, well, yeah, just past it, because there's a decompression valve or decompression valve in there, or device. So yeah, that one's got a little play. This one's got like nothing. So I don't know what the spec on these is supposed to be. Usually it's like, I don't know, six to 16,000, somewhere in there. Let's shoot for 8-10,000, something like that. We'll guess. That was on there a little too tight, I think. I can do the same on the other one. I adjusted both sets of valves. They're now just about at, well, this one seems to be, have adjusted itself slightly. Well, it's tight. It's a tight 10,000ths. This is 10,000ths. I know that's not right, but the engine should still have compression and run with it like this. If it does have, we'll do a compression test, and if it does have compression, I'll look up the spec and see if I can set them properly. Then we can put it back together and try. I don't know if this is the problem, but we'll try it and see. I have the compression tester hooked up, and since the last time you saw me, I have a new toy. This is a breaker bar ratchet. It's meant to be able to turn your breaker bar into a ratchet, but it also serves as a one-way stop. So I can spin the crank one way, and when I let off the trigger, the momentum will basically just make this, it's a ratchet, so it won't rip the drill out of my hands. So let's see how this works. Alright, it's all set up. Alright, let's give it a shot. I think this battery is running low, but we definitely have more compression. That's like 75 psi. Let's try a real drill instead of a play drill. $90? Yeah, 90. That actually probably is enough to make it run. You want to try putting it back together, seeing if it runs? The valve cover doesn't have a real gasket, it just has some sort of RTV or glue or something. I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just put it back together as is. Wipe the goo out of there. There you go, good as new. Put it back together like that, and hope it doesn't leak too much. You know why the cordless drill had such a hard time? It's because I forgot to tie the bail back. It was fighting the engine brake. All right, here we go. Take one. Well, okay then. I can't find the valve specs or the valve lash specs on this anywhere. I looked. There are specs for motors similar to this. Mower, Honda, they're all similar to this thing in various ways. I'm going to make an executive decision here. I'm going to leave the exhaust valve set at 0.010, and I'm going to set the intake at 0.008. Valves are adjusted. The intake is at 0.008. It's almost exact. The exhaust is it's close to 0.010. It's a little bit more. It's actually like 0.011 or 0.012, which is okay. I'm missing a piece here. Here we go. So I'm satisfied with those adjustments. So let's put all this back together, see if I can start it with the pull start. Okay, can I start it with the pull start and not a drill? Let's pry it. Let's see if that works. So the question now is, it runs, but is it worth fixing completely? So to really get this lawnmower back into service, it needs an air cleaner and an air cleaner cover. Check those out. The air cleaner cover by itself without the air cleaner is about $10 shipped. So it needs that. I don't know what the air filter is, but I'm going to assume it's probably at least $5 or more shipped. So it needs those two things. It probably could use an oil change. So another couple dollars in oil. Plus, you saw that carburetor in the last video. It was not in good shape. So who knows how long that's going to last. It also probably could benefit from a blade sharpening. Not absolutely necessary, but it wouldn't hurt. Needs a little touch up here and there. The discharge chute is loose. These wing nuts are loose. So I don't know. On a good day, this thing's probably worth 30, maybe 40 bucks. These side discharge, the bolts the carriage bolts are loose. Oops. Did I break it? Nope. I'll loosen that up just a tiny bit. Alright. There we go. I think I got that. It's kind of a There they go. And the wing nuts have a nylon, they're like nylock wing nuts. I'll probably throw some blue Loctite on them. I don't really want them falling off while you're mowing. And you can see the kind of blue nylock in there. I only see two ways to get the oil out. The fill plug dipstick and this drain plug here. Either one of those is going to make a huge mess. I'm just going to undo the drain plug and see if I can tip it over into the pan as quickly as I can. How about that? Let me tip it over and see if I can pull out the plug. Yeah, you know this is going to make a mess. You know I'm going to drop it, right? You're just waiting for that. Waiting for me to drop this thing. Actually doesn't look too good. I see a little bit of rainbow in that. Yeah, there's definitely some metal in that. Can you see it? Look at that. Yeah, can you see that? See if I can get you out of a reflection. Yeah, see all of that? And there's like little pieces of carbon in there too, it looks like. Yeah. Definitely metal. Oh well. Based on what I saw come out of the engine, I'm not sure how long this engine has left to live, to be perfectly honest. But again, these are very cheap mowers, and I don't think they're really meant to last all that long. So the real question is, how did I miss the valve problem? Well, easy. I think that's what originally killed this engine, the valve issue. The valve adjustment went out of spec. The intake valve started staying open, and it stopped running when it lost the critical threshold for compression. And so it was parked. It was taken out of service. And when that happened, I don't know, I guess the air cleaner or something was removed. You know, perhaps they were trying to, maintenance it or something, who knows. But the air cleaner and the cover were lost. It was left out in the weather, and it filled up with water in the carburetor. And so when I saw that, I was like, well, that's definitely, a problem. And so, whoops. And so I focused on that, and I ignored everything else about the engine. And that was not what actually it was, it died for. It died for a valve problem. Quite a simple fix. And I missed it until I fixed the carburetor problem and then got back to the original problem that was the cause of this to be taken out of service. So yes, I have a lot of experience, but I did not see that one. So that was my fault. And now I have a mess to clean up. You were waiting for me to spill oil, weren't you? well, there it is. Sharpened and balanced. Balanced good enough. This side chute was actually attached wrong. These are carriage bolts with a square shoulder, and these are square holes here, and they catch there, right? But they were put in from the top, and this thing has round holes. It doesn't have a square shoulder, and it doesn't catch anything, so no wonder it was loose and not quite right. So these bolts are supposed to come up from the bottom, and they're supposed to go through like this, and the wing nuts will attach on the top. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna put a little bit of Loctite on them, even though they're Nylox, just to make sure. Thanks for joining me on this one. We discovered what the root cause of failure was, and all of the major damage was covered in the last video. So I hope you guys like this one. There'll be more. And if you like these videos, and if you like watching my channel, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you on the next one.